Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise.
Monsters aren't just under the bed anymore. Some live in your inbox. This week on Kindness Rising, we're facing fear online. Bro, I think the internet's haunted.
Wow, it's just your password again.
Courage, Matthew, is not the absence of trolls. It is the power to scroll past them.
You heard the cat.
Join me and the whole gang all week long. From scammers to trolls to ghosts in the feed, we'll help you turn fear into fuel and kindness into your firewall.
Have you ever typed something vulnerable online and just hover over the post button like it's the self-destruct trigger? That's today's fear. Not ghosts, not trolls, but being real. The kind of scary that hits right between the heart and the comment section, because out of all the monsters we face this week, the hardest one to look at is often the one in the mirror.
Big episode today. We're talking about facing the fear of being real.
Perfect, since we've been faking competence all week.
If you like honesty with a side of chaos, hit subscribe. It's the closest thing we've got to career stability.
We all wear masks, and not just the spooky kind. We hide behind humor, filters, busyness, bravado, because it feels safer than being honest. We curate what we share because we think perfection will protect us. But here's the trick. Perfection actually disconnects. The truth is, vulnerability is what people fall in love with, not polish. The mask might keep you safe, but it also keeps you separate. And every time that you choose honesty over performance, even in small ways, you create space for someone else to breathe. Fear says, don't let them see you. Kindness says, let them see themselves in you. Because when you drop the mask, you don't lose power, you share it.
Why the mask?
It's for my new brand, mysterious but relatable.
You mean confusing but avoidant?
Try human, but honest.
Oh, scariest costume yet.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I come here every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. to get you up with a little hope, humanity, humor, and heart. And I am glad to see people joining us here in the chat. Spartacus, welcome, welcome. I know you from over at Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We get up and get after it just like they do every day, starting here at 7:30 a.m. and be driven. How's the roofing going, buddy? I hope that things are going well for you. It sounds like quite the project. And Mike Sullivan is also here. Matt, Cal, Stan, and Reggie / Sensei Whiskers. Don't forget, he's got that other side to him that he shows once in a while to us all. I'm glad you've all joined us here at Kindness Rising. Get involved in the chat. We're building a community of people who want to get up, get after it with a little bit of positivity to start their day, and then roll over to Keith, John, and friends for a little bit of extra chaos as the morning continues. That's what we do here at the Mornings in the Lab Network. The other thing that we do here is we make sure we take care of those good people that are doing good work. Good morning, lowest ranking Muslim. Yes, a community of 4. Thank you for saying that. A community is anywhere where at least 2 people join. Roseanne Roof is here as well. Thank you very much. Lowest ranking Muslim community of 4. I don't care if there's one other person out there. I don't care if there's a million other people out there. What we do is we connect through our live discussions and live communication out here. That's what matters, is the connections that we make and how deep we go, and we show up every day consistently. That's what our community is, lowest ranking Muslim. I hope you will come and join us here every day. We welcome everyone at Kindness Rising. And we always talk about good people doing good work. As I said, our mission is to multiply kindness and unlock growth for those good people that are out there doing cool things that are positive in our community, that are inspirational. Absolutely. And today's Kindness Spotlight shines on 2 organizations that make vulnerability their superpower and turn emotional honesty into community healing. The first one you may know, they're a pretty big outfit in the world of media. That's called The Moth. Do you guys know The Moth? You ever listen to the stories? It's a program on NPR, a podcast. There's some great stories out there. It started right in a living room in New York and has become the global phenomenon of storytelling. It gives ordinary people a microphone, a stage, and one simple rule: tell the truth. No scripts, no edits, just you and your story. These aren't polished TED Talks, they're moments of humanity. People talking about loss, love, addiction, identity, and growth. And what's wild is every time one person tells their truth, someone else finds out there. It's the ripple of kindness that the moth starts, because when you share your story, you invite someone else to rewrite theirs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The other story we have today, other organization we're focusing on, is The Body Positive. Radical self-acceptance in action. This organization began when founder Connor Subchak lost her sister to an eating disorder. She turned grief into guidance, creating a movement that teaches people how to inhabit their bodies with kindness instead of shame. Their workshops and college programs go deeper than slogans. They teach 5 core competencies: reclaiming your health, practicing intuitive self-care, cultivating self-love, declaring your own beauty, and building community. It's emotional literacy for the digital age. They remind us that the most radical act of rebellion is self-acceptance. Thank you for joining us here on Kindness Rising, for getting involved in the chat with positivity, with strength. We accept all who come here. That is one of our key values here in at Kindness Rising. We welcome you. Thank you. And it's a little early, but I'm going to do my little coffee break because I need that. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day out there on this wonderful Thursday. All right. Spartacus getting ready for Halloween. Yes, that could be it could be a good thing. Yeah, absolutely. It's a Friday night. We'll see what happens. For me, it's hanging out here at the house We live in a great little community that still honors trick-or-treating. It varies from year to year, but we still honor that tradition in our community. So we'll be hanging out here at home. It's pretty cool. We have a good time. We actually have a large projector screen that you can see basically from our front door from the right angle, and we project spooky images and scary music and all that kind of stuff. Oh, you got rain? Oof. I'm sorry to hear that. We're going to be okay. Just a little bit of coolness, because that's what we get here. It's going to be cold, 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 cold. Gen X Halloween films. Oh, that's a great subject. Everything from the scary, the original, right? The Shining and Halloween, the Mike Myers, absolutely. But I don't know. What's your favorite, Mike Sullivan, of the Gen X Halloween films? I'd like to hear what you got. All right. So here we go. We are still talking about branding as we do. Dawn of the Dead 78. Nice. Nice. That's like the original zombie film. I mean, I know there were zombie films before that, but I mean, those ones from the 70s were pretty influential on all of us. Absolutely. And so for today's branding spotlight, we always talk about branding here at Kindness Rising. And today's branding spotlight brings us a little company that helps us with our walking, our running, our support of our feet as we get up and get moving every day. They've turned honesty into their biggest marketing superpower. It's a company called Allbirds. You guys know Allbirds. They didn't build their brand on hype. They built it on humility. From day one, they promised shoes made better. They didn't pretend to have it all figured out. They published about their carbon footprint. They admitted when stuff failed. They even printed their shortcomings right on the label. Allbirds calls it something that we talk about here on Kindness Rising: progress over perfection. Welcome, Jerry Ginger. It is good to see you. Absolutely. And Raphael, welcome. Be driven, always up there. What's Shaken Nation says Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. I have a feeling that may be the man, the myth, the legend, Keith Billis himself, the man who got me started here on Kindness Rising, and we're now 84 episodes in on our daily dose of morning humanity, hope, and heart here on Kindness Rising. And we were talking about Allbirds and their progress over perfection, and we were talking about Halloween films that we as Gen X people actually enjoyed. Absolutely. Welcome into Kindness Rising. Okay. Got a little discombobulated there for a second. This is my authenticity. Sometimes things don't go as planned, and we just make it up as we go along. We have confidence in ourselves and get her done. Welcome to Kindness Rising. Oh, I think it's time, maybe when we're feeling a little bit out of our heads, to think about what we are, how we're doing, how we're living, get a little advice from our friend. Sensei Whiskers gave me some great advice last night as I was preparing for Halloween, and here is a little clip of it.
Sensei, why is being real so scary?
Because truth has no costume.
So I just show up?
Yes, the bravest mask is none at all.
The bravest mask is none at all. Absolutely. If you posting something honest and immediately think, why did I do that? Rejection is scary. It makes us question our worth, but it's also feedback, not failure, right? When we get rejected, it doesn't always mean that we necessarily did something wrong. It might mean you're really finally speaking your truth in a place it doesn't belong, right? So when we feel like we're failing, it might be that we're just in the wrong place as long as we're speaking our truth. And that's okay, because every no out there, it narrows the path. If it doesn't work here, you try it somewhere else, tweak it a little bit, whatever it is, as long as it's true to you. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and I come here every Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to bring a little dose of hope, humanity, and heart to you. All right. Struggling a little bit. Hi, everybody. It's good to see you out there. I apologize. I got in my head there for just a second, thinking about a couple of little things. Absolutely. But here are two stories that prove vulnerability isn't just brave, it's actually contagious. That's what we want to do. We want to be a little vulnerable. We want to talk about when things aren't going our way, just like they did for me just a second ago. And this is what we talk about: good news out there for people who want to prove that vulnerability isn't just brave, it's contagious. And it started in a high school just outside of Burlington, Vermont, not too far away from where I am. I have been there. One teacher actually grew tired of her students fearing their mistakes, so she covered a hallway in brown paper, entitled it "The Wall of Failure." Students write their biggest flop, tests, auditions, awkward texts, and pin them up for everyone to see. At first, the wall was empty, and now it's overflowing because failure became normal and a little bit funny. It turned shame into solidarity, and when new students arrive, they see something powerful. Perfection is not the price of belonging. And coming out of our friends to my north, where Keith Billis is in Canada, and where the Toronto Blue Jays, who are just taking care of business with the against the LA Dodgers, it's pretty impressive. I actually stayed up late last night and watched that game, most of it, till it got really out of hand at the end. But the Toronto Blue Jays seem to be quite on their way. One more win for a World Series championship, which I don't really care about either team, except that I love Don Mattingly from the New York Yankees, and he's part of the Toronto Blue Jays organization. Only reason I'm rooting for our in-division rival Toronto Blue Jays in the World Series. That's it. I don't really care either way, but it would be cool for Don Mattingly to finally get a championship. He's been doing this for 50 years or whatever it's been, and it's time for him to get his World Series championship. All right. So I was going to tell you about that little place in Toronto. Good Lord. Oh, the other day, which get the 18 inning game, Spartacus, that's absolute insanity. Insanity. There's been a few good games this year in the baseball. I watch the highlights mostly when the Yankees are out of it, but 18 inning epic game ended on a walk-off home run. Pretty exciting for those people who are fans. So anyway, up in Toronto, they have your Share Your First Draft movement happening. That's a small creative collective in Toronto, challenging artists to post their unfinished works online, poems, songs, half-painted canvases, even voice memos. They call it the First Draft Project. Within weeks, it exploded. 40,000 people posting their imperfect art. One woman sharing her story that she had stopped writing for 20 years because she thought everything that she made was cringe. And now her unfinished poem got 500 supportive comments, and she's back to publishing again. That's what happens when we celebrate progress instead of perfection. People stop hiding and start creating.
I've written this caption 8 times and can't hit post.
What's it say?
I don't have it all figured out.
Perfect. That's the most honest thing you've ever said.
There, posted.
Whoa!
2 likes already. Both my exes.
Hey, at least he's got his exes liking his stuff rather than posting rude comments or hate or spewing in the chat. But anyway, Kindness Compass, here we are. We always give you a little something to take away with you here on Kindness Rising. And these are the 5 ways to be bravely real. If you want to practice the art of being real online, at work, or in your relationships, try these. First of all, post with purpose, not perfection. Ask yourself, why am I sharing this? Not, will people like this? Share what you're learning, not just what you've mastered. The internet doesn't need more experts. It needs more explorers. Get out there and explore. Celebrate others for showing up. If someone shares something honest, respond with kindness. That's how we build brave spaces, not echo chambers. Keep your criticisms in context. Not everyone's your audience, and not every comment is your truth. Right? You don't have to respond to things that aren't necessarily your truth. Not everything that you think needs to be said, or whatever the case may be. We want to build brave spaces, not echo chambers. Keep your criticisms in context. That's what we were talking about. And make kindness your content, because authenticity isn't about overexposure. It's about intention. When you lead with kindness, real will always win. This is Kindness Rising. Thanks for getting involved in the comments. I see the chat happening over here on the vertical. Mom always showing up. That's what erasers were developed for. Absolutely. The eraser room, any mistake can be chased away. Absolutely, Mom. As a teacher, you are out there teaching those kids, showing them that making mistakes was okay. That's why we can erase and start over and try again. We have to do that in order to learn. Absolutely. Yes, we are looking for positivity, Spartacus. I appreciate you. Absolutely. And here is Keith reminding us, yes, I'm going to be jumping in over at Mornings in the Lab. That is our bridge for today. Mornings in the Lab, we're going to be talking about fathers and their relationships. Before we wrap up, let's cross over to our friends over there at Mornings in the Lab. They're also going to be talking about minimizing yourself at work and ditching certain phrases. It's amazing how often fear of being real follows us into our jobs. We shrink ourselves with throwaway phrases like, I just thought, or this might be a dumb idea, or does this make sense? As if we need permission to take up space. But Keith's message this morning is clear. Stop apologizing for just existing. You don't have to soften your strength to sound kind. The two can coexist. So, as we talk about facing the fear of vulnerability, here's your bridge. If you want to be seen, speak like you belong. If you want to lead, stop editing your voice before it's even heard. Keith's coming up next with practical ways to replace those minimizing habits with confident ones. And as always, a reminder that kindness and self-respect start in the same place, in how you talk to yourself. Absolutely. Thank you for joining us here on Kindness Rising and in the Mornings in the Lab Network. We are the place where you go to get up and get after it every day, to not hit the snooze button, to wake up with a little hope, humanity, and heart here on the network. That's what we're doing, and we're building the network. We're continuing to build the network. We know that going live is the way to stand out in the crowd, to be a leader. That's what the L stands for, as Keith taught us yesterday, to lead with heart, to lead with vulnerability. That's the V, right? To lead with energy. That's the E. All those things. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what going live can do. That's what I'm doing. It's taken a while. Keith and I had a conversation yesterday about it, a little bit about how much time it takes to build and what are the keys to success in this. And I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm showing up every day. I'm evolving. I'm iterating. I'm trying things, failing at things. That's the real story. It's and as we talked about yesterday, he and I, it's hard, but it's a lot of fun, and it's totally rewarding too. So that's what going live is. And most importantly, like I said, it's that consistency. What it has done for me is it's given me a different rhythm. It's changed my rhythm in ways that I never, ever, ever was I wake up, have some coffee, get my brain started thinking about something at 5:45 a.m. every day. No, it was, how long can I stay in bed until I hit that snooze and rush through a shower and get out the door and get to a job that I don't really like? That was my reality for a long, long, long time. It's not my reality anymore. It's changed over the past 6 months, since I started working with Mornings in the Lab, and since I started doing my show 4 months ago. The changes are taking place, and they are amazing. And that's what going live has done for me. Learning how to be vulnerable. I still have more stories to share, and I will get to those. We'll talk about those some other time because we're running out of time. You have to get over to Keith, John, and friends in Mornings in the Lab. But remember, vulnerability isn't weakness. It's Wi-Fi for your soul. When you open up, you connect. Fear says, what if they don't like me? But kindness says, what if someone finally feels seen? So here's the truth. Being real might scare people away, but it also draws the right ones closer. And that's the kind of connection worth logging in for. It's why I log in every weekday morning, 7:30 a.m. on Kindness Rising. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Get on over to see Keith, John, and friends at Mornings in the Lab. And as always, stay uncommon and stay kind. What if your mornings could be inspiring and ridiculously fun.
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.